So I had this super interesting comment from YouTube 64 Studios. He posted a comment on one of my videos, which the style of video that I actually consider to be a little bit not that great. It's my videos are kind of all over the place, and some of them I actually just I start recording, I don't know what I'm going to talk about, and I ramble. He commented on that video saying he liked it, enjoyed it, and he said, but I'm an outlier who likes to listen to random ramblings about YouTube and the psychology of it, which prompted me to start thinking about the psychology of YouTube. And I was thinking about it. I was like, that's actually really fascinating. Like, why is it that we create on YouTube? Like, what if there was a book about the psychology of YouTube? I would be so quick to buy and read that book. Like, I would be so fascinated to read a book like that. And perhaps it's just a book with a title that essentially is the psychology of people and why we do the things that we do. However, when it comes to YouTube specifically, which is what myself and I know YouTube 64 Studios is quite interested in, why is it that we do this? Like, why do we create? Why do we upload? Why do our emotions fluctuate so much based on performance? Like, if a video fails, why is it so painful? And when we succeed, why is it like put us on this big high? All these elements behind having a channel, just from the act of recording yourself into a microphone alone and then uploading that for other people to hear and judge and give their opinions on or relate to or experience. Just the act of that alone is so fascinating. Like, why do we do this? Why do we feel the need to be heard? Why is it so important for us to express ourselves, and especially to express ourselves in front of a global audience, which is another really strange thing when you think about it. YouTube and social media in general has, in a sense, unified the world in a way that allows us to communicate to anybody across the globe at any point in time, throughout the history of YouTube, which is fascinating. You can go watch a video that was posted 20 years ago, and people go watch the very first YouTube video that's ever posted, which is actually, I think it's like me in the zoo or something like that. I've seen it before. Like, I have no problem watching old YouTube videos. I actually enjoy them sometimes. It's like, it's a trip back to the past. And sometimes there's still plenty of useful pieces of information or memes, but we don't get to see them so much on YouTube anymore, which is a bit of a sad thing, and I'm beginning to digress here about old YouTube videos. But in a sense, it's such an interesting technology. We have this platform. It is like a speaker, and you can just broadcast yourself to the world, and anyone who chooses to listen can listen. It's like a concert, but like you're given free reign to express your opinion, your thoughts, your emotions, your ideas, everything. You can put it all out there if you want to. And there's people who will want to watch you and want to listen and want to hear what you have to say. And that's so strange, because why? Why is it that we are this way? Why is it that we want to watch other people broadcasting themselves just as much as we want to broadcast ourselves? It's fascinating. Like, what is it about this desire within us that we have this reason to do this? And is YouTube an exploitation of the social fabric of our own biological makeup? Like, when you think about human beings and how we've evolved over time, we've evolved we evolved from small tribal groups. We had small tribes, and you would have these, at the end of the day, these like campfire chats, like the fireside chats. That's where you could be perhaps kicked out of the tribe by the council of elders, or whatever the case was when we lived in societies of tribes. We are still tribal creatures. We still have our own tribes. Whether that's the church you go to, the religion you attend, or the gym you attend, or the school you attend, the workplace you're at, each of these are selective. What's the word? Pockets of tribes. You are in a sense, multiple different tribes. You can be in a number of different tribes, from your work to your school, religion, gym, all these places of social connection. And YouTube is just almost exactly the same thing, but it's one really big tribe. It's the tribe of everybody, the one where we're all here. But then there's also small pockets. There's small pockets of us in this category and that category and these categories, and our interests are all over the place. And just like Reddit or Facebook or Instagram or whatever social media you use. It's fascinating. We're still part of a tribe. We just have, now our tribal brain is being scattered across multiple different interests. And it's the question of, is social media exploiting the human function, or is it enabling the human function to a greater degree? Because like in the day and age we live in, there's so much information. You could literally look at anything at any time and it could give you a point of information and a counterpoint. There is contradictions everywhere. There's the information. It is the information overload. We have passed from the information age into the artificial intelligence age, but regardless, we are still living in the information age. And it is wild that we continue to contribute to this information, regardless if that information is true or false. We have this innate desire to speak, to talk, to connect. And YouTube, from the small inner workings of the like and dislike button to the grand amount of comments that have been put on all of the YouTube videos across YouTube. Think about how many freaking comments that is. Like when you think about how many comments. Just think about how many comments exist on the internet today. That is a massive amount of comments, let alone videos, because a video can get like an upwards of like thousands of different comments. One video. And it's crazy to think like how much data that is. It's insane. It's like cataclysmic amounts of data. It's so wild. And yet we still continue to comment on people's videos, even though people may not respond to our comments because we may not get attention from that comment. You might, but you might not. But we decide to comment anyway, even though no one may look at it. Why do we do this? It's so fascinating. I wish I had an answer to this question. I don't. Someone should write a book on psychology of YouTube. I would definitely read it. I would pay money for that. I would pay money for it right now. Shut up and take my money.